Can Safemoon make you a millionaire? Thanks to Bitcoin and the recent success of Dogecoin, an ironically created joke cryptocurrency, traders are finding a bevy of options for their speculative dollars. Stories in the media about newly minted cryptocurrency millionaires only fuel the fever to find the next asset to inflate. One of the more recent options is the subject of this video, and that's Safemoon. It has many of the hallmarks of a token that could see significant appreciation as buyers hope to write their own rags to riches stories. Like most speculative assets, there are a few flashing red lights that should give investors pause before putting their chips on the table. So we did some heavy research and found that our friend Safemoon Michael, and his channel link is in the description below, did a ton of tokenomics and math to show you how Safemoon investment may take you to the moon and may make you a millionaire. Let's check out the breakdown.
When is Safemoon going to hit 1 cent? How is Safemoon going to hit 1 cent? We see here it's 0.000009. So how's that going to turn into 0.01? And we're all wondering, we're all holding millions of Safemoon, and we're wondering how are we going to become millionaires, right? That's the question on everybody's mind right now. And I've seen a ton of videos on it. I've done the research, and I'm doing my own math. I want to take matters into my own hands. This is my own math here, and I want to walk you through how I'm getting to the 1 cent mark and when that's going to happen, when I believe that's going to happen. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a mathematician. This is not financial advice, but I did do the math here, and I think it's all speculation, but I do think we're going to get to 1 cent. So I want to show you how I got to that number. I mean, here you can see Safemoon's already jumped a ton from where it was before. The reason that we're able to do that is through tokenomics, and I'm going to get into that in a second, but to the tokenomics. So how does it work? Well, this is how it works. Every time there's a transaction, there's a 10% fee. And if you have SafeMoon or are familiar with it, you already know that. But I want to dive into that real quick for anyone who doesn't know. There's a 5% fee that's redistributed to all existing holders. Those are reflection tokens or reflection coins that you see. If you have a trust wallet, it's updated immediately. If you're on Bitmart, on the 10th of every month, you will see that redistribution of those reflection coins. There's also a 5% fee that is split 50-50, half of which is sold by the contract to BNB, while the other half of the Safemoon tokens are paired automatically with the previously mentioned BNB and added as a liquidity pair on PancakeSwap. So that's how the tokenomics works. So how are we going to get to 1 cent? Let's get into the math here. I did use this report here, the Safemoon burn report from 2 days ago, so a little antiquated on the data there, but I used that for reference for a couple of the numbers. It's not going to be perfect. Nobody knows the perfect math, but I'm getting as perfect as possible with the math. I want to thank Matthias Christensen, it looks like. Thank you for putting this together. I used your numbers. I appreciate you if you see this video. All right, let's get to it. So Safemoon price as it is right now, 0.000009, like I said before. So here's how much maybe you would invest. And let's just do a little experiment here. So let's say you put $100 into Safemoon. At this current price, you're going to get around 10 million Safemoon, okay? And so I want to see when we hit 1 cent, what that's going to look like. So when we hit 1 cent for these 10 million tokens, 10.7 million tokens, and this isn't even taking into account the reflection tokens, you're going to be sitting with 107,411 US dollars worth of Safemoon. Okay, so you're taking $100, turning it to 100,000. That is a huge return. And let's look at actually what that return would be. It would be 107,311%. Now you're thinking that's ridiculous. No investment, nothing has ever reached that return. And actually, you're wrong. Let's look at Binance Coin, because with our next steps in the roadmap, we will technically be a competitor of Binance Coin. So let's see how they performed historically, and let's see if that's even an attainable number, that 107,000% return. So where they started was 0.1051, and then now we're at 568.22. So 568.22, we're 10.51. 568.22. Okay, so that's where we were at launch of their exchange and the coin, and this is where they are now. So if we're going to be a competitor with them, we can use them as kind of a basis for this model here. So let me show you what their rate of return on investment was. If you would have invested on day one of Binance Coin, you would have gotten a 540,000 return. Okay, so this number here doesn't look that unrealistic anymore if we take into account everything that Binance has done, and if we're taking into account the fact that we're going to be a competitor there. So, but that's not enough. I mean, that's all just speculation. And also look at the amount of time this took. This was 2017. This is 4 years ago. So, and I do think that in 4 years, we could be in that same position. We could see those kind of returns, especially with what's on the roadmap. But either way, let's get back to the math. Let's just look. If the supply stays the same, what would have to happen? Safemoon's circulating supply right now, as it stands, is 584 trillion coins. Okay, so if the price went up to 1 cent, our market cap would be $5.8 trillion. Let's look at some comparables here on CoinMarketCap. We see the market cap for Bitcoin is not even 1 trillion. Ethereum, lower. There's not even a coin that's close to that. So is that realistic, all staying the same? And I know that the supply is not going to stay the same because of tokenomics, but let's just take this scenario. Is that realistic? No, it's not. It's not realistic. But taking tokenomics into effect, let's look, and this is the number that I actually took from that report that I showed you earlier, but that 0.071% is the daily burn rate for Safemoon. On that report, I know it fluctuates, but that was the daily burn rate on that report, so that's the number I took for this model. So after 1 year, the circulating supply is going to go down from 584 trillion to 433 trillion. So what would the market cap have to be at that point? 4 trillion. Still probably not attainable anytime in the near future. And by near future, I mean like next 10 years. So let's take it out another year. We're at 320 trillion coins. Okay, so we would need 3 trillion market cap, which again is not attainable because, I mean, Bitcoin's not seeing that. It's just there's not enough money to get to that point, to have a market cap that high. It doesn't make sense. We haven't seen it yet. So maybe things could happen that we haven't seen yet, but I'm going to be as realistic as possible. No, that's not attainable. Let's take it to year 3. 237 trillion coins after year 3 at 1 cent, and we have 2.3 trillion market cap. Is it attainable? Probably not. So that's taking the tokenomics into effect at the rate at which they're burning now. So if we take the rate at which it's burning now, it's not attainable. But how can we get to 1 cent? Well, let's talk about it. I think what would be realistic is a $10 billion market cap. Let's just say where we are now. And I think this is being extremely conservative, but I think that is attainable because let's pull up Safemoon right now. Our fully diluted market cap is almost there. Our market cap right now is 5.4 billion. So yes, I think 10 billion is extremely attainable, and how we could get that is having a supply of 1 trillion. So that would mean we essentially have to burn all of the Safemoon tokens out there. Pretty much all of our supply is going to have to be burnt, like 98% of our supply is going to have to be burnt at that point. I don't foresee that happening just based on what we have. But let's go back to our initial comparison with Binance Coin. Their market cap is 87 billion, 87.9 billion to be exact. Okay. So if we compete with BNB, we might be able to see a market cap similar to that. So in that case, we wouldn't necessarily have to go down to 1 trillion as the total supply. We would then have to go to 8.7 trillion. That's definitely more attainable. I don't know if we're going to get that low. There are rumors that they might stop the burn at some point and just leave a 25 trillion coin supply or something like that. There's been multiple rumors that I've seen. We don't know for certain. We don't know for certain. Maybe in the AMA tomorrow they're going to say something, but we don't know for certain at this time that they're going to stop the burn at any point. So reaching this supply in time will certainly happen under those circumstances. If we did reach that supply, then we would have the same market cap as BNB. And I would say that is attainable, especially when we take into account the roadmap. Take a look. We are currently in quarter 2, so let's just check it out. The Whitebit tokenomics integration will be completed along with the completion of the Safemoon app, wallet, and games. Right there, app, wallet, and games, especially if they can get the wallet right. If they can get the process of buying Safemoon, and I think through their partnership with Simplex, it's going to happen, but if they can get that process a lot smoother than it currently is, because it is difficult to buy Safemoon right now, especially if you don't know what you're doing. But once we have the wallet, if they can focus on the ease of buying the coin, that's going to take the volume to a whole nother level. Okay, burn rate will go up if they can get the wallet correctly. And integration into games, again, the more transactions, the more burn. That's going to increase the burn rate. So we're going to get that supply down. Okay, but then we look what's really going to get us to the next level though is here. We're going to begin architecting the Safemoon exchange. And plus, we haven't even seen the effect of the two catalysts from yesterday, the two huge exchanges that were on, KuCoin and Gemini, but not even taking those into effect, and the amount of users and the amount of holders that are going to come from those partnerships and those listings onto those exchanges, not even taking that into account yet. We still have our own exchange that's in the works, and this is where we're gonna be able to compete with the big players like Binance, and that's why I make this comparison to BNB. So making that comparison with BNB, let's check this out. Okay, so if we were to take the price of Safemoon today and apply this rate of return, so from 2017 to now, Binance has had a 540,000% return. So if we take that return and apply it to Safemoon's price today, here's what we get: 5 cents. Okay, so even if we get a return 1/5 of that return, we're going to get to 1 cent. Now, I know that it's not a one-to-one comparison. I know that there's a lot less Binance coin in circulation, but let's take a look at Binance coin and see how much they have, see what their circulating supply is. Their circulating supply is 153 billion. Okay, so obviously our price isn't going to get up to the point that theirs is, but it's possible that we can still have the volume, and with the volume that they have, it's possible that we can have the market cap that they have. And seeing a market cap like that in conjunction with the burn rate, it's very possible that we can get to the point where they are. And if we're able to get to the point where they are in terms of volume and market cap, that, my friends, is how we're going to see this 1 cent Safemoon price. I hope that wasn't too confusing. I hope you can follow along for the math there. I hope that this isn't just all ridiculous to you. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you this is going to happen. I'm just telling you what I think will happen. Make your own decision. Use your own risk tolerance. And yeah, I'm going to be back with more. I just thought it was important to take this matter into my own hands here and do a little math for you. Let me know what you think.
All right. That was an awesome breakdown. It shows you how even something like Binance 4 years ago did not look like it was going to go anywhere, and now it's worth $568 per coin. Check out these videos on the screen to learn more about the cryptocurrency that maybe could take you to the moon.